Hi, my name is Tanya Sheridan, and I'm an independent, close to my heart consultant. And today I would like to share with you one of our new Insta-Life albums that was just introduced in our 2015-2016 Annual Inspirations Idea Book. This is one of two new designs that we're bringing out in this season, and this is the blush pattern. The second pattern is a blue jean pattern, which is a light blue. For this one, if you look very closely, you'll see that there's pink brush strokes all across the album, as well as gold foil dots that cascade downward. The book itself is made of a durable chipboard and has a protective coating both on the front and the back of the album. On the inside, you'll see that there's a D-ring mechanism that is very sturdy and secure into your book to hold your pages. The closed book side is approximately 5 by 5, and the pages are going to be 4 by 4. Before I get into talking about all of the tips and tricks that you can use when creating your book, I thought I would tell you a little bit about the memories that we are preserving in my book. This book is going to document Sticky Boy's trip to the New Jersey shore with our family. If you aren't familiar with Sticky Boy, he's the close to my heart's prototype. I'll zoom down in there on him. From when they first introduced their acrylic stamps. He's a very popular little guy. He can't be purchased, but instead he hides all over our Close to My Heart convention for lucky consultants to find. Our Sticky Boy was sent to our home during his birthday promotion, and my daughter decided that he needed to go with us to the beach. So we took lots of pictures throughout the weekend of Sticky Boy's adventure, and then decided to create this little book for him. So with that, now that you know our story, I thought I would show you some of the products that we used so that I can point them out as I walk you through the book. Most of the products have a gold foundation, as those are very popular in our book this year, as well as they give a certain elegance of style. This is the gold foil tape. There's also some gold sequins. We use the gold metallic marker, and then a regular journaling pen for our actual journaling itself. And then we use some gold foil products that are overlays. They're acetate overlays. They come in 3 sizes now. The first here on the left, that is going to be the hashtag Life Overlays Gold. They're 4 by 4 and 2 by 2s, and they were actually designed for the Insta-Life book. The second set over here is going to be the Picture My Life Gold Overlays. Those are 3 by 4 in size and 4 by 6 in size, but they can certainly be cut down, as you'll see how I did that. And then the final one is a brand new product. It's called All About the Gold Fundamentals, and they're full 12 by 12 overlay sizes. This is a sheet that we're going to use, but they come with several different styles in the packaging. For all of the foil products that are in the overlays, when you go to use them and attach them to your product, there is going to be a backing, a protective backing that you're going to want to pull off before you actually adhere it to your papers or your project. So with all of that being shown, I'm going to go through and walk you through our book. On the first page, you'll notice that we cut down that 12 by 12 gold overlay into a 4 by 4 size. We mounted that to a white daisy cardstock, and that became our base. The photograph was then centered on the page and accented with a couple of sequins on both sides. Then as we turn the page, this is one of the first of our cards that I'm going to show you. This is the hashtag cards, Hello Gorgeous. And these have, you can see the hearts up there, very light colors. And they're very whimsical. They work really well with the shades of gold that are in the rest of the card kit, as well as the gold accents and the overlays. So here my daughter just journaled the beginning of her book and what she wanted to show in her book. Then on the second page, you'll see the Love Your Selfie. This is one of the 4 by 4 overlays. We pulled the protective film off, and then we used liquid glass right underneath some of the words to hold the overlay down. It's just so that it's a little bit invisible. You can't see it. And then it's going to slide right into your page protector, which is actually going to do most of the work for you. The next page is yet another of the 4 by 4 overlays. This one I like a lot because it has the hearts in the top and the bottom corners. And it really focuses on a picture where I chose to use one of my children at the beach. There, Sticky Boy somewhere in somebody's hand. And then over here, we use a different type of a style. So the protective pages that come with these books come in 2 styles. They come in a 4 pocket 2 by 2 and then a single pocket 4 by 4. But one of the things that you have to be careful with is when you're doing your book, you have to make sure that the back matches the front and the front matches the back. So on this particular page, the next one has a photograph. So I needed to make sure that I had use of the 4 by 4 pocket. Okay, so what I did was I created an illusion and manipulated my photos to look like it was the 2x2 pockets. So we took a 4x4 piece of cardstock and mounted 4 2x2 photos onto that piece of paper so that it would slide wonderfully right down in the 4x4 page protector. We added a few sequins for accents, and then this piece down here is just a small slim piece of the overlay from one of the overlays. I think it was the PML cards. So we just gave that extra touch and brought the gold from the hearts over to the side. So that's one technique you can use. For this particular layout, we really liked the pictures, and if I zoom in really closely, you can see Sticky Boy on the shell there. We wanted them to really just stand on their own. We didn't want to decorate them, so we found the beautiful and the moment, and those are both the 4x4 overlays, and to us, it was the perfect little addition to the pages. Then if you flip over, we were trying to keep Sticky Boy from running away with the tide, is what my daughter had said, because the tide started taking the shell away. And the photograph was really, really dark, so we didn't want to do anything to darken the photograph even more. We took 2 strips cut from one of the Picture My Life cards, which look like this. So we just cut 2 narrow strips and put those as borders right down the photo. Then for the next page, this is actually my favorite page in the book, was just a photo of my children. It was snowing on the beach, so it was very light. They were all wearing light clothes. So we took the love from one 2x2 overlay. The U we cut from a second one to come up with our title. Then we used a couple of sequins, and the heart was actually cut out of a Picture My Life 4x6 card. There it is there. So we cut that out and adhered that right to the page as well. So it's just a little bit of an accent across the bottom and didn't cover any of the photo. The next page is the Smile card. That's in the Hello Gorgeous cards. And it was just very simple watercoloring. It pulls across the theme from the front cover of the book. And we decided we really didn't need to do anything to add to that. The same thing with the next picture. There was a lot of really pretty background and foreground in the photograph, and we felt like the picture stood for itself. So we just left that picture as it was. The next page is one of the cards, the Hello Gorgeous cards, and then on top we used one of the 4x4 overlays. We adhered it under those hearts right up there, and then stuck it right down in the page protector. Now this page is going to be the first time that we see the little 2x2 pages, or 2x2 squares. So sometimes you really have to, as I said before, manipulate the photos to fit within the pockets. So the top pocket, you're going to see the magic is something that you make. That's a pre-printed card that was already there. And the bottom is one of my pictures. It didn't print the size that I wanted from the printer. So what we did was we actually trimmed it down a little bit more so it's consistent on the top and the bottom. And then we adhered that to a 2x2 Hello Gorgeous card. And if I didn't tell you differently, you probably wouldn't know that we had done that. But that's certainly one way if you cut it a little bit too shy, or if the printer cuts it too shy, etc. And then on the left, you're going to see a photograph. And the photograph is a vertical photograph. We cut it to 2x4, and then we cut it in half. And that way we could preserve the whole photograph that we wanted. We could preserve that vertical feel and still fit within the pockets that we're working with. If you flip over, you'll see that the next one is actually the way it's designed for the 2x2s. The top corner has a photograph of Sticky Boy on the wheat. The bottom has a photograph with a gold overlay on it. Then beside that, in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see one of the 2x2 cards with a 2x2 overlay. And then up on the next one, you'll see the 2x2 card with her journaling. And she wrote, "He loves hanging on the wheat," and used the marker to draw a couple of her hearts. Then the following picture we just left as it is. And if you flip over, we repeated what we did earlier with the card, the 4x4 card, and then the 4x4 overlay. And then here again, you see yet another of the vertical pictures. This one had Sticky Boy going to the lighthouse. On the top corner is an overlay on top of a card. And then on the bottom is another one of the little 2x2 journaling cards. And she wrote, "Sticky Boy loves the lighthouse, he climbed it." And she drew a few more of her gold hearts, which really work well with the hearts that are on the overlay over here. As we continue on, this page is actually another one that we manipulated. And here we took a 4x4 photograph and we divided it into 2x2 squares and then lined them back up and put them back into the page protectors. And that's really all that we did here. Here she was asking, Sticky Boy, what do you want to eat? And on the other side, she showed that he liked eggs. So the picture of the eggs is in the top corner. on the next, over to the left, is one of the cards that she added gold foil tape for some extra gold. Down here, there's an overlay with a happy over one of the cards, and it's embellished with a few sequins. And then over here, she added another piece of the gold foil. Exit is, she wrote, and drew a couple more of the hearts. As we continue on, this page has 4 pockets, basically the same thing. Sticky Boy's up here on the turtle, he's down here on the pelican, and then she wrote in her little journaling, Sticky Boy loves the sea turtle. On the top, she again took a card and added some gold foil to the top and bottom. On this side, we cut the photograph down. The overlay is actually a 4x4 overlay, so we cut that down as well because it was originally centered in the card and we wanted it down towards the bottom. That way we maintained the pattern of the card and then just added a few embellishments on either side to decorate. This particular one was all text, so we just left it as it was. And on this side, Sticky Boy went to the ferry. So we had lots of little photos, but they were very, very dark. So on the top photo, you'll notice that we actually mounted it on a 2x2 card so that the color would brighten it up a little bit. And then we used the hashtag love and hashtag cute to add some extra gold and some extra words to her pages. And then again, you see that little strip that has the gold foil dots on it. This is one of my favorite pages in the book that's not a picture, and this is our fancy page. We wanted to use a lot of the leftover cards that we really liked, and these were the fancy ones. They reminded me of my friend Melissa, who's super fancy. But on the top and in the bottom corner, you'll see white cardstock with polka dot overlay on both of those. And then beside that, you'll see the pink card, which is 2x2, excuse me. And we did a gold foil fancy overlay on that one. Then in the bottom, you'll see the card as it was. And instead of adding the gold foil, she actually added a couple pieces of the gold overlays that were left over from another project. So you can keep using the scraps in lots and lots of different ways. Then when we moved to this side, Sticky Boy was actually on the map. So we put him on the map where we had visited with the lighthouse and the ferry, etc. But again, the picture was too dark. So we mounted it, we trimmed a little bit off the top and the bottom, and then we mounted it to a 4x4 card with the pink stripes. Not only did it add to that picture, but it also blended in with the left side and creating a complete layout. On these two layouts, Sticky Boy was on the flag on the back of the ferry. So we didn't really want to use pink because Abby felt like the pink really clashed the reds. So Sticky Boy is on the flag there, and we used one of the cards that had black hearts on it and then added a few more sequins. And then on this page, The Wonderful Life is actually a 4x6 overlay. We cut it down, we squared it off, and then we adhered that on top of the photo as well. And then the final page, we used the same heart border that we used earlier in the book. Now note there's only one per package. We actually opened up 2 packages, but we felt like it really finished our book and gave it an ending. And there's Sticky Boy on the slate with hearts all around him. And then she used her journaling pen to write on the back of the book, Sticky Boy, I can't wait for our next adventure, love, Abby. And that's our book. If you would like to purchase your own, you can shop with me at www.tanyasheridan.ctmh.com. or you're welcome to email me at inallsassiness@gmail.com or visit my blog at www.inallsassiness.com. Thanks. Have a great day.